Hey guys, so if you have a PortionPro pet feeder and your RF tag has gone dead, you can either contact the manufacturer to get another replacement one, or you can attempt to replace the battery yourself. Now, replacing the battery is in theory simple, but in practice it's really hard to do because you have to break open the waterproof case, which is two pieces of plastic that are sealed together, like that have like interlocking parts on the inside, so you have to cut through that because it's glued in there. You can't just pry it apart. It's easy enough to do if you have a razor blade or a very thin knife. I'm emphasizing using a very thin knife on there because you have to get it into the little split that's going along the side. You can use a serrated knife, which will help speed up the process. Or you can use larger diagonal cutters. Note if you do it this way, it might mangle it, making it look a little bit less aesthetically appealing. If you are going to be doing this method, or you're opening it up yourself, I highly suggest you have use gloves, preferably slice resistant gloves with some sort of grip on the palm, since you're dealing with smaller item. You want to make sure you're not going to slice yourself while doing it. But this one I have already cut open. I already went through the whole nonsense with doing it, but I'll show you what you got to do at this point in time. It took me about I'd say about 10 minutes to slice it open this way. I did it once before with my other diagonal cutters, which I cannot find, but it turned out kind of mangled. One sec. Come here, Milo.
For your color. Yeah.
But you can see that it turns out a little bit mangled if you do it with the pliers. That one I did it with the pliers and the chisel, so it's just up to you how you want to do it. I did clean it up a little bit before I put it on the cat. But what you're going to want to do is slice it open. You're going to want some super glue and a spare battery. You're going to be wanting a 2032 coin battery. But once you cut it open, you're going to run across on the inside having on the inside there is it is sealed with silicone adhesive to help make sure it is waterproof. So both halves are still going to be kind of glued together. You're just going to have to pry it apart. Get this here for you. Some of them may be easier to open than others. The other one I have was separated pretty easily, but if the adhesive is holding both sides together, you're going to have to pry them both apart. There we go. And that's what it looks like on the inside. You're going to notice that on some of them, the adhesive is covering the battery. So you're going to have to scrape that off with either a razor blade or a thin knife. It's pretty easy to do. The main thing you're going to want to do is separate it around, separate it from the adhesive all the way around. So just kind of cut around it and then shave off the top. And keep in mind when doing this, you're going to be removing the waterproofing. So if you want to make it watertight again, you can seal it shut with some more silicone adhesive, or like a shoe glue or whatever you have. Just a clear, any clear type of adhesive will work. Get some more off here. There we go. There, that should be enough for right now. But something you all are going to notice too is that your coin battery, the positive sign is facing you. So where did I put my coin battery? Oh, here it is. So the way you're looking at it, the positive side is facing towards you right here, and the negative side, which is taped up on this one, is facing towards the bottom. But on this part right here and right here, there's a mechanical attachment to it. So the coin battery is attached to the little metal tab right there coming from the manufacturer. It's easy enough to break free. Don't worry about it too much. If you have a small screwdriver, it'd be ideal to do this this way, but you have to push the retention bracket off to the side and then pry it up. And from there, you'll still notice that it's still attached right there. Just carefully bend it back and forth a couple times and you will start feeling it breaking free, and then just take it off. You don't want to bend this tab back. You want to keep stay in the same location that it is right now. And then from here, you just install your other coin battery. Slide it in there. Like I said, positive is facing up towards you. The negative is touching that bracket right there. Slide it in and lock it in place. Make sure that the tabs are fully secured on there. Now from here, you can put some adhesive on the top of here, some more of the clear adhesive if you have it. I would suggest not doing any adhesive that hardens on there, or hardens up hard. Use some that has some malleability to it, so in case if you have to do this again, you can go ahead and do that. Make sure that tab is all the way down, making contact. The pressure of the whole thing will make contact to the point there, so you should be fine. And then on one side there's a flat side that you can mash it up to. If you wanted to, like I did with this one, it's going to be harder to see, but I made a line where I originally made it, so you can just close it up shut again and then use a little bit of super glue all the way around it. If you're looking for a watertight seal, I recommend using the adhesive all the way around the tag, but just put a little drop in there on a couple corners and then hold it shut. Get a little bit more in there. And just hold it shut on that corner and get it in here. And hold it shut. And then if you want to, you can spread the glue around. This is the gel version is what I'm using, so it may be a little bit more chunkier than what you're using. You might be using the liquid version, a bit more on that side. And you really do want to make sure that this is dry before you put it back on your pet, otherwise you're going to be getting some hair stuck in there. I'm only doing 2 sides on here because my cat does not get in the water, nor does he go outside, so this should be fine. If you're using a dog, I do highly suggest, after you get the constant adhesive or super glue on there, you're going to want to put a bead all the way around with silicone adhesive or some other watertight seal. That way you don't have to worry about water getting inside the device and shorting out the battery. But after that, it should be good, and you should be ready. And you don't have to worry about your other pets getting into certain pets' food if you're using it like I'm using it to keep a certain pet out of a food dish. Alright, there you go. Hope that helps y'all. Have a good one.